Hi, this is Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing a reading today for our Sagittarius folks for the month of July 2016. And this reading will, of course, have your general aspects for the month of July. We'll also be talking about career and finances. Archangel Michael's coming in to help us with that. And we have health and healing aspects with Archangel Raphael. And then we have a number of different, what I call my little goofy angels that will be coming in to help with your relationships this month. And not necessarily all centered around your romantic relationships. So this is more of a broader view this month on all different relationships, although sometimes specific information will come in regarding a romantic relationship as well. So let's go ahead and get started. And for those of you that don't know me, I am a feng shui expert. I have a business called Finding Your Fiji. You can see the little logo there. And I'm also a life and business coach. And so if you ever need any guidance around things that are going on in your life, I have lots of basically a whole toolkit of things that I can help you get unstuck or get past the blocks that you might be having in your life. And this is a huge time right now for transformation. And so no surprise if you've got a lot of things triggering you, lots of things coming up, and I'm here to help. So I just want to let you know that. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Your angels are a little bit anxious this time. So Ace of Air is coming through, and the air cards are all about the intellect, the head, what's going on upstairs, right? And this card is really about, there's some new ideas that have been coming to you, and they're wanting you to keep track of these. And so I don't know if I'm just going to mention this book because I'm in the middle of reading it right now. I think it's called Big Magic. It's by Elizabeth Gilbert, and you all know her from Eat, Pray, Love. And she talks a lot about, these ideas come in and you almost have to grab the tail of them and really, hang on to it. Otherwise they slip away. And you'll get this a lot where you'll be like, oh yeah, I had a brilliant idea about something. And then you never wrote it down, you never did anything about it, and then it's gone. Somebody else came up with it. Then you see it on, the infomercial, right? Somebody's selling it. So the ideas kind of find a new home if you don't do anything with them. But they're wanting to let you know that you do have some good ideas coming in. And there might be a little bit of a challenging beginning to the month of July for you. And the information that I've been reading and seeing and feeling around this is the first couple weeks of July might be kind of rough. Just a lot of relationship stuff coming up, a lot of triggers, that type of thing. And what they're wanting you to do is really see the truth in the situation. So what is really true in what's happening? So sometimes people, you may get in an argument with somebody, for instance, and they say some things and you don't feel very good. But typically what's happening with that is they're just showing you their pain, and that's not real. Okay, that's not the truth of the situation is. The truth is they probably do love you, right? And they're in so much pain right now, they don't know how to cope with it. And they're wanting to, show you by treating you the same way that they've been treated, how awful they feel, right? So it's not about you typically, although, so caveat to that, what's happening a lot of times is you'll get somebody that brings something up in your face, like big in your face, and it triggers you, and you're like, okay, this is their stuff, it's not my stuff. But the reason it's coming up is because you have some of your own stuff that you need to clear. So there's, it's a fine line there, and it's not an easy thing to navigate necessarily. So just know that seeing the truth in the situation is important. Then we have the Seven of Air, so another air card. You guys are in your heads a lot this month, and which is not necessarily a good thing. Just gotta say, this is, again, there's more going on than meets the eye, and sometimes you're not seeing things from the light of love, or from the perspective, the higher perspective, the light of love. And so what I encourage you to do is, if you have a situation that's just been bogging you down and is just causing all kinds of, I'm feeling that. God dang, I'm feeling that from you guys. I'm sorry, I'm gonna breathe for you a little bit here, because I just feel like, almost like you can't breathe, like somebody's sitting on your chest, like clamping you down. I just want to clear that out a minute, I'm sorry. So if you put a situation like that where you're feeling this like almost despair, or you're feeling this sadness, this grief, if you can put that in the light of love, or hand it to your angels to take care of. I am going to get a drink of water here too. Whew, that is some heavy stuff. It continues to fascinate me as I do these readings. This has been happening this month more now, where I'm feeling you guys' emotions, and I am empathic, so I do pick up on that when I do readings for people. And of course, when I'm in a room with people, I'll pick up on their energy or their emotions. But having this happen when you guys, I'm filming this, so you're not even live watching it right now. It's kind of crazy bizarre to me. But yeah, feeling that heaviness, and it really is so important, again, for you to process those emotions. Get out of your head and feel those dang feelings, okay? Just feel them. It's only going to last like 60 to 90 seconds. You saw me, and that couldn't have been more than a minute and a half that I was feeling that emotion for you guys. Thank you very much. And it does pass, as long as you give it space. If you don't give it space and you don't let yourself feel that emotion, then it's going to keep coming back, and it's almost like that layering effect. I was talking to someone last weekend about this. Is you're piling on these emotions on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other, and then pretty soon you can't breathe, and you're like, you can't even function, right? It's affecting your living your daily life. So really onion it, peel off those layers and start to process that stuff. And again, I can help you with that. I do coaching. I do of course, the private readings as well. So if you need help, seek someone out, get some help and follow your intuitive guidance about who that should be. Obviously I'm not the type of person to work with everyone. So if you're feeling called to work with someone else, please do that. Go seek help if you're feeling like you need help getting through this and processing, because that was some heavy crap right there. Just saying. Okay, Sagittarius, 8 of Earth. So let's put on the bright happiness now. So 8 of Earth is a great card. The 8 of Earth, it's Earth cards are all about how you make your money, what you need to know or work on to be kind of on this planet here. And this is, the 8 of course represents wealth and feng shui, and I do throw in feng shui tips, as those of you who have watched my readings before know that I do that. And so 8 is about wealth, and it is about getting that sort of pat on the back, right? You've been working your ass off, and it is about getting that pat on the back to be rewarded for what you've been doing. I also do see you guys going back to school, and that doesn't necessarily mean back to school in the traditional sense. It's about learning something new and really absorbing the information about something new for you. And this is something that you enjoy. It's not like a although it could for some of you, if you're starting a new job or you're shifting your job, they're telling me it can be related to learning more about your job. And so that can be part of it for you as well. But I feel like this is learning that you're going to enjoy. It's a topic you're interested in, is what I want to say around that. Okay, so let's move on to Archangel Michael is helping us this month with your career and finances. And I love Michael. He's just such a loving presence, but he gives you that feeling that you're not alone. He gives you the strength, the courage to do the things that you need to do. He helps with life purpose. Oops, we want 1, 2, 3 there. And he really wants to come in and help you this month. Okay, so we have so I was getting the message from him before the card came even up, which is funny. So ask Archangel Michael to help you with the situation. And so related to your career and finances, whatever it is that's coming up for you, ask Michael for his help. Because, this really is about being filled with faith and peace to be able to move forward and get the answers about what you're meant to be doing. So ask him to come in and help you with that. And then, so interesting. So your health, I feel like, is affecting your business or your career at this time, your finances even. And this is about divine health and focusing on divine and perfect health. And so part of what this means for you guys is that you do need to spend time taking care of yourself, okay? You are not any good to anyone in, you know, to make money or in your career or business if you are not healthy and taking care of yourself. And health just doesn't always mean just physical, and it doesn't mean just physical. It's also the spiritual piece of things. How connected are you to the angels, the guides, God, whomever you believe in, right? How is that connection going? Are you checking in on a daily basis? Are you opening to that guidance that's coming in for you? Emotionally, are you processing those emotions, right? And then mentally, you know, do you have a monkey mind thing going on, or what's happening there? So it's all those type of things that are affecting your money and how that money is coming into you. Okay. And then I do get for you that energy healing work is something that is important. So on two aspects. So for some of you, that's part of your life purpose, that you're meant to be doing energy work or healing, right? And those of you, pretty much you probably have an inkling, at least by now, that this is something that, or you've had interesting circumstances where you've put your hand on someone and they've felt better, or you could feel the heat in your hands when you touch someone, or you know, are able to talk to people and help them feel better. So there's lots of different things around that where you probably have gotten some clues and maybe you just haven't woken up to realize that that's part of what you're meant to be doing, right? And then the other piece of it is getting some energy healing work. So having, as again, some help processing this stuff. And, you know, this can be Reiki, it can be massage, it can be, you know, there's all sorts of other type of energy healing work that you may be called to. So just know that if you set your intention, Archangel Michael will help you find the perfect people to move you forward in this period of time. Okay, so now I'm curious as to what they're going to say about your health and healing, since we were already talking about that with your career. It's always fascinating to me. All right. All right, Sages, what do we got here? We've got relationships. So this is healing around your relationships. So yeah, I kept getting that this wasn't just about health this month, but it's about healing in all kinds of different areas. And this is about healing your relationships. So Archangel Raphael wants to come in and help you with your relationships, and not just your romantic relationships, although that's part of it, but also help in healing other relationships that may have been a bit bumpy or rocky for you. And so call on Archangel Raphael to help with that healing. And it's important to actually sit down and talk with the person, to actually have a communication with them. And you can while you're doing that, send them love. So no matter, you know, if the conversation doesn't seem to be going well or whatever, just sending them love the whole time that they're talking, sending them love, right? If it's someone that you can't physically be in a room with, as you're on the phone with them, send them love, all right? And then I do get that you need a massage, so this is important for you to take that time to get a healing massage, and that will help your body process some of these emotions and things that are going. It's a good release. And so just, you know, of course, as you all know, drink lots of water after you get a massage. For those of you that aren't comfortable with having like the full body work, you can even just get your feet done. Go get some reflexology or something like that. So that can help, you know, put your body back into alignment as well. And then it's important for you to listen to your intuitive feelings around health and healing. And so our emotions are just, they're wonderful gifts for us, and they have a lot of information for us. And so what they're wanting you to do is to really open to receiving the messages that those feelings are giving you. So when you I always use this example in Feng Shui, but when you walk into a space and it feels so good, and you just like, oh, I love it here. And you don't know exactly why. And it might be, you might like the decorating a little bit or something like that. But there's something else about it. And you're just like, oh, it feels good, right? Feels really good. And then you go into space and it might be neat as a pin. And you walk in and you're like, ooh, I don't want to stay here. I need to go, right? You get that feeling like, yeah, I don't like this energy here. Something. And you don't even necessarily know what it is. I mean, sometimes there's clutter, and sometimes it's something obvious like that. But that's the power of feng shui. Number one is about creating a space that energetically feels good and lifts you up. But they want you to really pay attention to those emotions and those feelings that you're having, and don't hang out in places that don't feel good. And if your space is one of them, do something about it. Clean it up, do an energetic clearing, sage it, smudge it, whatever you need to do to get that space feeling better. All right, so let's keep moving. So we are going to talk about relationships now. So this reading is kind of interesting because they're blending one into another. So we're talking about career and health comes up. We're talking about health and relationships come up. So now I'm wondering what's going to come up in relationships now. I don't know. It's just funny. Is there 2 cards there? There are. That one goes there. They're being tricky, your angels. Putting 2 cards out there at one time. All right. We have Isaiah coming through. And this is... So this is kind of funny because this is kind of going back to career. They're hilarious. Your angels are really kind of funny, Sages. How they're just weaving everything together. They're like, oh yeah, we're not going to stick to the protocol of this is about this is about... No, they're not doing that. So Isaiah, this is about that brilliant idea that we had come in the beginning about Ace of Air. And this is really a good time to give birth to new ideas. And to new situations, so to create new things for yourself. And this is about, really recreating yourself in general, like you as a person, your life situations, all that kind of thing. It's a great time for you to birth new things. And so for some of you, this does mean letting go of a relationship. Those of you that I'm talking to, that it's not working. It doesn't feel good. You feel the emotion of that, and you've been flipping and ignoring it. So stop. It's time to let it go. Start the process and be done and move on. Okay? There's so much more for you. So much more for you. And I feel like many of you have learned the lessons that you needed to learn from this mate. And lots of times these people, are what they call like a twin flame or a wound mate, that type of thing, where you had a lot to learn from that person. And you may have been with them for a very, very long time. I was with my ex-husband for 19 years, so very long time. But I learned a ton. I learned so much about myself and about life and about relating. It's so much. But now, for many of you, it's time to be done with that, time to move on, because the love of your life is out there. The love of your life is there, and there's so much more that's possible than what you're living right now. Okay, I just have to be really clear about that. Okay, and then Isaiah just wants to let you know that he's watching over you and protecting you as you make these changes. So everything's going to be okay. You have angels around you, and they are protecting you and helping you. So again, this is about following your intuition. So this has come up a number of different times for you, and this is Rochelle, and this is about following those intuitive guidance, and again related to relationships. So as you follow the guidance of your heart, then things smooth out with your relationships. So if you're feeling like you need to sit down and talk with somebody, if you're feeling like there's someone that you need to let go of your life, whether it's a partner, a friend, an acquaintance, whatever it is, there's some people that just are not lifting you up, and you've got to let them go. Okay, you're just not in the same plane, and you cannot become the person that you are creating with these people hanging on to you. That it's just like a weight. It's going to pull you down, and it's going to take you way longer to get there. So please, I hate to say it, but kind of bluntly, cut the dead weight and let yourself float to the surface, right? Okay. And then this is Angel Ray, and this is about yoga and exercise. And so, of course, when we're talking about relationships, they're going to be talking about health. Why wouldn't they, right? It's important for you to take care of your body. You all know this, right? But it's also about, you know, your well-being, your mental well-being. And so it's actually going to benefit your relationship for you to go exercise and go to yoga, right? Because you get to burn off some of that energy that you might otherwise dump on your partner. And that's not fair to them to be dumping that on them, okay? So it's really important that you get out there, exercise, yoga, walk, whatever it is that feels good to you and feels right to you. Do those things so that you can improve your relationship. Okay, so we've got a couple extra cards for you, Sagittarius. Again, new beginnings. Wow. Lots of new beginning stuff going on. So we had the Ace of Air, which is all about beginnings. We have Isaiah, about giving birth to ideas and letting go of you know, some relationships. And then now, new beginnings and a fresh start. Love this. Absolutely love it. Because it feels so good. When I look at this card for you, it's like you're just, again, letting go of sort of that weight, those things that have been weighing on you, and feeling a lot lighter. And this is, you know, about asking for help, releasing and healing the past so that you can move forward. Because I'm not gonna tell you that you can move forward without doing the work. You have to do the work. Okay, you've got to do the forgiveness work, and you've got to do that emotional processing work in order to move forward. But you're going to feel so much lighter and so much better when you do. It's flipping amazing. I've been doing a lot of this work recently, and it's so good. So good. All right. Oops, I didn't do this one. So this is the Seven of Water. So if there were some tears coming up, especially when I was feeling the energy early on, Sages. Water cards are all about the depth of emotion, and so lots of times it does mean that you've got some emotions coming up, and I just want to take a peek. The 7 is about knowledge. So here on our Bagua, the 7 relates to the knowledge area of the Bagua, and this is really, knowledge is, you know, sort of that spiritual knowledge about yourself also. So it's not just esoteric stuff, it's knowledge about yourself as well. And you do have a decision to make, and I'm feeling like there's several different options, and you need to do some research around that. But then don't research forever. Like you know, you can research it until you're blue in the face, and it might not help you make a decision. So part of this is just needing to connect with your angels and your guides, your higher wisdom, and find out, you know, asking, what is it that I need to do? And you don't need the whole picture, you just need the next step. Just ask for the next step. What is the next step that I need to take? What is the next step that I need to take? And then just take that step and then ask again, what is the next step that I need to take? And you can do this in your day too. For those of you that are self-employed or have a little bit more, well, and even those, you know, I take that back. Anyone. This works for anyone. So in your day, asking what is the next step that I need to take? And just, you know, getting quiet for a moment, taking some deep breaths, blowing it out, taking like 3 deep breaths, blowing them out, and then asking, what is my next step? What do I need to do now? Okay, so I did this morning. You know, of course I do my meditation and journaling, and I did all kinds of that stuff this morning, and then I checked in, and it's like, what do I need to do next? Angel readings. So here I am doing my angel readings, right? When I'm done with this, then I will likely get some lunch, and then we'll ask, you know, what is my next step? What is important for me to do next? Okay. All right, and then you guys need to get some more sleep. This is Archangel Raphael coming in, and just obvious, letting you know that you need to get some more sleep. It's important. You're processing a lot of stuff, and when you sleep is when you get to take a break, and it resets you. So the very next day you can wake up with a beautiful fresh start, clean slate, whatever you want to say around that. But a good night's sleep is so, so important. So make sure that you're doing that. All right, and then the very last card we have is Teresa. So not only do you need a good night's sleep, but you also need a timeout, children. So that's what I just feel like when I say this card, Sagittarius. People, you've just been way, way busy taking care of everyone else and not yourselves. And so it really is important to take that time out. And we've got the massage card that came up. We got energy healing work came up. You got lots of ideas about what to do to, you know, to feel better and to take care of yourself. So lots of good information for you this month, Sagittarius. If you have deeper questions, you'll see a little bit more information after this video about how you can connect with me for private reading. I do have a special going on right now for 15% off readings, and this code is SUMMER. SUMMER is the code for 15% off readings through the end of July. So get your appointment booked and we will connect with you then. In the meantime, take a deep breath, relax, have fun, and enjoy your life. Much love to you. Did you enjoy your angel reading? I'm sure questions have popped up for you about specifics in your own life. To get answers personalized just for you, click below to schedule your appointment. You can use coupon code ANGEL20 to save 20% on any one of my readings. For more information about me and Finding Your Fiji services, go to findingyourfiji.com. Enjoy your day.